Hi beautiful people, you're welcome back to Produce Kitchen. Today we're making chicken and potato au gratin. If you're new here, you're welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And if you're a returning subscriber, oh, thank you so much for being here. I love you all. So let's get into the video. This is a very light dish that doesn't really require so much to make. So for today's recipe, we're going to be needing 3/4 of a cup of Parmesan cheese grated, 1 cup of breadcrumbs, some salt to taste, and some olive oil, let's say 1/4 cup or even less. And here I have 2 chicken thighs, skinless, boneless. And to spice it up, we're going to be needing 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika powder, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. This is for the chicken. And here I have 5 large potatoes, peeled and washed. And then 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of oregano. And this is to spice the potatoes. Next, I have 3 bell peppers. Okay, I'm using different colors here. You could also use same colors. It's okay too. And before I forget, the ingredients and their exact measurements are all listed in the description box below. So my ingredients are all set. Now I'm going to go ahead and start cutting. Okay, I'll start with the potatoes. I'll cut it up and in biteable sizes. Okay, and make sure that I cut them of equal sizes so that they cook evenly. Okay, just like this. So while I'm cutting these, I'm also preheating my oven at 200 degrees Celsius. Okay. Okay, here I'm done cutting my potatoes, and I'll set it aside now and go over to the bell peppers. First, I cut it in half, clean the inside, and then cut them in little squares, just like the potatoes. They should have about the same sizes as the potatoes. So this is the yellow one. Then I'm going to go ahead and clean up the rest, and we continue from there. I'm done cutting my veggies right now. I'll mix it well with my hands and then add my spices to it. Okay, and the spices are 1 teaspoon of white pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of oregano. Okay, after adding the spices, yeah, I added the salt to it. Let's say about 1 teaspoon of salt and some olive oil, let's say about 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, then I mixed it once more to make sure that the spices, the potatoes and the veggies are well coated, and then I added my Parmesan cheese to it. Okay, so the Parmesan cheese I added about 3 heaped tablespoons to it. Be generous, you know, it tastes good with this. So be generous with the Parmesan cheese. So now, as you can see, I didn't use my hands anymore. I used the wooden spoon because with the Parmesan cheese inside, you wouldn't want to use your hands. It's going to stick to it. So I used the wooden spoon to turn it, and then I added my breadcrumbs. So here I used about 3/4 of a cup of breadcrumbs. I mixed it once again and put it in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes while I prepared the chicken. Okay, it has to start cooking first. And right here I put it all in the baking tray, but in the baking process I found out that it was too much for 1 tray, so I divided it into 2. So I'll suggest you do that from the beginning. Divide it into 2 trays so that it has more air to cook well. So it's going into the oven right now at 200 degrees for 10 minutes first. Okay, and then I will bring it out and then add the chicken to it. So while it's cooking in the oven, let's go ahead and continue with the chicken. So right here I have my chicken thighs, no skin on, no burns. Okay, and I cut them into cubes just like the potatoes and the bell peppers. So I'm adding my spices right to it: white pepper, paprika powder, and garlic powder all 1 teaspoon each. So I mixed it well with a wooden spoon and then added some olive oil. Let's say 1 tablespoon of olive oil, not too much. Okay. Then I mixed it a bit again and I added some salt to it, just a pinch of salt, because with the spices, you don't want it to be salty. Okay. Then next I'll be adding the Parmesan cheese. I added 1 heaped tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. I mixed it up some more, and then with a fork right now, not the wooden spoon anymore, I started adding the bread crumbs to it. Okay, I added while I mixed it. So at the end, I added about a quarter cup of bread crumbs to it. So now 10 minutes has passed from the time I put the potatoes in the oven. I brought them out and I started putting the chicken in between. Okay, so I've already finished putting it right now, but while I finished doing this, I didn't remember to on my camera then, but I had to divide it into two because I found out that it was actually too much for this baking tray. Okay, so if you're making it, please just divide it in half already and put it in 2 trays, which was what I did. So here it's done. Okay, I popped it in the oven at 200 degrees for 20 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes, or until it's golden brown and the chicken is crispy. So here it's done. So right now, I'm going to give you guys a taste test of this chicken and potato au gratin. I won't miss that, you know. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. And thank you so, so much for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. See you next time. Bye. Mmm. Mmm.